Huh? That's not Shara, is it? Oh, we're not getting Shara here? Oh, no, we are. Alright, well, she just looks really different. She had a glow up. Oh. What? Oh, my. My goodness. She cut her hair, huh? Yup, about a month or so ago. She got herself some new duds to match, too. Ugh, this isn't like me at all. I haven't had anywhere near enough to drink to start feeling this out of whack. No, there's no stopping me now. This is gonna take a bit to get used to. Pour me another Ina. Tonight, we're gonna sell this once and for... Huh? Nice to see you, Shara. Joshua? How long have you been back for? What happened to Estelle? And is it just me, or did you put on some muscle while you were away? You look stronger. Thanks, I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, be as it may, I can't believe you still haven't commented on my presence. How could you disregard your dear Olivier Lenheim, your loyal servant, and the man who forever holds the key to your heart? Olivier? Wait, you're not the only familiar faces here. Now she looks the part of dancer. Before, I would have never, other than the fact that she was part of the troupe, I would have never thought of Shara as a dancer. Now she looks like a dancer. This whole place is kind of bizarre too. Like, she matches that description. Can someone explain what's going on here? We will, so calm down, okay? I can hardly blame you for being surprised. Yeah, your reaction's par for the course for this place. Okay, I think I get what's going on. Still under ordinary circumstances, I'd have a pretty hard time believing all of what you said was even possible. It's easier to chalk this up as just an alcohol-induced dream or another of Lucy's dreams. No doubt. Oh, woe is me. How could you look upon my fair countenance and beautiful locks and not believe that I am the one, the only true Olivier? I said under ordinary circumstances, Olivier. There's no need for the dramatics. First, what will be the point of showing an illusion this bizarre to begin with? As for the dream explanation, there's a bit too much internal consistency here to lean on that theory. Haha, true enough. Thanks for believing us. So I take it you'll be helping us, then? We could sure use you. I'd be happy to. When I think about how Estelle most likely being dragged into this place too, how could I say no? I wouldn't be a good big sister if I didn't look out for my little sis, now would I? Thanks, Shara. You're a true model of a woman. Cheers, we appreciate it. Anyway, we've given you a rough outline of the situation we're in. Currently, we're in the middle of exploring what's apparently called the fourth plane. So that's where we'll resume. Alright, I've used the facilities at Lolocle before as a trainee back in the day. Since you found both me and Anelace there, so far, perhaps the other sealing stone you find there will contain people who trained there too. So probably Estelle? Maybe? Sounds plausible enough. That means the chance we'll find Estelle there is high. Or I don't know, maybe we'll find Kurt, Grant, or Karna. It's not impossible. They've certainly been to Lolocle, but they went more as instructors. I don't think they've been purely as trainees the way you, Estelle, and I have. Alright. Hey, Shara, do you know if Agate's ever trained there before? Now that you mention it, yes, he has. Cassius supposedly tricked him into going, and he was not a fan of the experience. That was about 4 years ago, I think. Oh. So that means both him and Estelle might be trapped there. It's possible, yeah. They're both fine, I'm certain of it. At any rate, we have only one of the 3 ordeals remaining. Indeed, so we'll find out who else is trapped inside the training ground soon enough, and then all that remains is for us to rescue them. Yep, so as soon as we're ready, let's move. We're gonna go do doors first. I'm keeping this team. I'll get Shara in later. We'll take her quartz, though? Evade 4. Bum, 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 bum. Alright. I want to go see if that door is for Anelace. The one who holds true to her blade or whatever. It was star door 5, yeah. If not, we can go do Chloe's. It is. Let's go. Give me this Anelace door. Am I having dropped? I'm having drop frames. Alright, there's a little bit of drop frames. Hopefully the electrician isn't doing anything that messes with that, but it's very possible. Heck, I don't know what he does. I shall grant you a memory fragment, my blessing. City of Bose. Oh, I love this music. It's played in like the beginning of SC when we were at the local Cannon Lodge. Interesting. Wow, that's a surprise. Anelace. Ah, Legrand. Legrand is the innkeeper, not innkeeper, guildmaster of, what? It's Bose's? Guildmaster, I think? Guildkeeper, whatever. Is something the matter? It's not like you to walk right up to the second floor without even looking at the board and sit quietly like this. I mean, that would make sense since we're in Bose. You're not feeling sick from eating too much ice cream or something, are you? Don't be silly. I'm not a kid anymore, you know. Could have fooled me. I swear that you were the one who ate 3 full scoops first thing one morning and later had to go get some stomach medicine from Spence. Maybe my memory's playing tricks on me. Let's all pretend that never happened, okay? Besides, that was back when I was a junior bracer. That was forever ago. I learned my lesson after that, I swear. Now I never have more than 1 scoop each morning. You're not supposed to have ice cream in the morning at all, you know? Well, no matter. So what have you been doing all this time anyway? Oh, right. Well, you see, I got a letter from my dad who lives a long way away this morning. Really now? He's a swordsman if I recall, isn't he? Yep, he's an instructor. He's real famous among the sword practitioners, actually. Yunkan 5, the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade School. Ah, yeah, that's the one. I was familiar with the name even before meeting you, but I was quite surprised to find out you were his granddaughter. Oh yeah, you're like, your grandfather's like what was his name? Grand Confai or whatever? Like the Reen's master in Cold Steel, because Reen is also a wielder of the 8 Leaves Blade School. Didn't he used to live here in Liberl? I'm surprised you know about that. I can't say I have any memories of when he was here, though. It was around when I was born, so how could I? That long ago, I see. So how's he doing? Well, judging by his letter, yeah, he's doing fine. Yeah, Yunkan 5, that's his name. I remember the man, like, I remember he was Reen's master and Anelace's grandfather. I just forgot his name. Also hard to say. Haven't had the chance to meet him in person for about a year now. Last time we had the chance to spar, I felt like he was totally babying me, even though he's like 70. He really must be skilled to be treating an active bracer like that. Huh? What's with the sudden serious face? Oh, it's nothing all that major, but I've been wondering something for a while. Why do you stay here when you could join him? Words. Sorry, I'm lost. Well, it's just that you're aiming to improve your swordsmanship, aren't you? It feels like if you have a grandfather like that, the fastest way to do that would be to go with him, and polish your skills at his side. Well, I suppose it's not my place to be telling you what may or may not be best for you. Sorry, Anelace, you needn't pay any attention to an old man like me. No, that's not true at all. I really appreciate your advice, so please don't think it's not your place to give it. I can definitely see where you're coming from on this. I do have my reasons for being here and all. They're just a little difficult to explain. Oh. I do want to learn more about swordsmanship and swords in general. So, in that sense, you're right that continuing to train under Poppy would be both the best and fastest course of action. But that's not all I want to do with my life. I want at least as much, if not more, to know about what it means to be a bracer. I guess it's a case of wanting to learn more about swordsmanship as a bracer rather than a swordsman, if that makes sense. Am I even doing a good job of explaining this? No, I think I see where you're coming from now, actually. Besides, Poppy once told me that he taught me all of the technical side of the swordsmanship forms, crafts, and that kind of stuff already. Whether I can master them or not is all down to me now. So in that sense, I feel like there's no specific need for me to train under him nowadays. Of course, whether I'm really advancing in my swordsmanship now is another issue entirely. I wish I could say for sure I was, but I see. What's with the silent treatment all of a sudden? Oh, it's nothing. You're just not really one for these kinds of serious discussions, so I was impressed to see you were really capable. You were even capable of them. Hey, I'm so capable. Besides, you were the one who kind of pushed me into talking about all this stuff first. I'm glad I did. Anyway, getting back to the point, what did the letter even say anyway? Oh, right. Well, as surprising as it is, it says I should go and see Cassius Bright. Cassius? The one and only? Yep, that's right. Supposedly, Poppy was invited by the Royal Army to be a guest instructor at some point a long time ago. That's when he trained Cassius too. So ever since, they've had this kind of student-master relationship with one another. Cassius even went out of his way to go and see him 10 years ago when he decided to stop using a sword too. 10 years ago? I would put that around when he left the army and became a bracer then. What exactly prompted him to tell you to go visit Cassius now though? Well, I guess he only just recently found out that Cassius has returned to the army. So now he's wondering whether he might take this opportunity to take up the sword again. I gotcha. He wants you to go and ask for him. And let him know what he says, yeah? I see. People really do end up connected in the strangest places in the funniest ways. Tell me about it. Anyway, that being said, I kind of have a favor to ask. You want time off, I assume? Well, who am I to say no? You've got a good cause to have it. I could even get in touch with the army and set up a meeting with Cassius if you want. Really? Really, go along and get that truth your grandfather wants for him. Reach out to the truth. Persona 4. But in return, I want you to take care of every single one of the monster extermination requests on the board first. This just seems fair. Every single one? Aren't there like 5 of them right now? Sure, but the monsters in the area will be no trouble at all for you as you are now. They'd be less of a problem if Grant were around, but I had to lend him to the guild over in Rouen, and he's still not back. You're gonna have to pick up the slack here in this place, especially if you want time off. Oh, okay. Yo, I love getting more on Anelace here. 3 days later. Whew, I'm finally here. Right on time, too. Okay, let's go bug Cassius. I wonder if I'm gonna fight Cassius. Can I help you? I can totally see us sparring with Cassius. Well, I'm Anelace Elfide, a bracer with the guild. I've come to meet with Brigadier General Bright. I see. I believe we've been expecting you. I'll pass on that you've arrived then. You might have to wait a little while before you can meet with the general though, I'm afraid. Huh? But I'm right on time. Did something throw his schedule off? Something must have. I can't pretend to know much more than you do. But the general is a very busy man, so it's not at all unusual for things like this to happen. Anyway, like I said, I'll pass on that you've arrived, but I'm gonna have to ask you to wait out here for a while. Sure, no problem. This is taking ages. I hope the meeting isn't gonna end up canceled or something. Oh, I really don't want to have come all this way for nothing. I suppose if I can't meet with Cassius, I could at least go shopping in Grand Cell. I should probably be getting a new lineup of stuffed toys around now. I wonder which one I should get. Maybe the bear or a crocodile. Once in a while would be nice. Excuse me, young lady. The general can meet with you now. Really? Open the gates. Good day, sir. Thank you. And you must be Anelace, I assume? Yes, I am. Welcome to Lyston Fortress. The general's waiting. Please follow me. Oh, thank goodness. I seriously thought I was gonna have to go home without getting to see him. Terribly sorry for the wait. Well, please follow me. You got it, sir. Ah, the legend himself. I brought your visitor, sir. Very good. You may return to your duties. Thank you, sir. I'm really sorry about the delay there, Anelace. Ah, don't be. I'm more thankful you took the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me at all. This is the least I can do for someone from my old line of work. It's been a while since we last met though, hasn't it? You've become a seasoned veteran before I knew it. I'd certainly like to think I have. I can't have Estelle soar ahead of me while she's abroad, can I? This is what rivals do. Haha, so they do. I'll be looking forward to seeing just how much stronger the two of you can become. You won't be disappointed. Getting to the point, I was pleased to hear that old Master Kafai is still in good health. I believe it was because of him that you came here today. Yeah, that's right. I didn't realize you were an acquaintance of his before this. I certainly am. In short, he's the man who taught me the way of the sword. That was over 20 years ago by this point. The first time we met was when I was back at the military academy, so I studied it under him. I still remember the harsh training sessions he gave here at Lyston, like they were yesterday. Really? Is there any special reason you didn't say you knew him before? You knew I was his granddaughter, didn't you? I did. By the time I first met you, I had long given up the path of the sword. It didn't feel appropriate in my eyes to act as if I was his student in light of that. Ah, gotcha. I haven't seen him in about 10 years, I think. He does write to me on occasion, but how is he these days? Does he still have the same old vim and vigor? Yup, he really doesn't act his age at all. Still, if you'll let me get right to the point. The reason I came here is to continue the discussion he had with you 10 years ago. Oh. To tell you the truth, Poppy still laments the fact that you left the path of the sword. That was why he wrote to me when he heard you return to the army. He wondered whether you returning to the military may mean you were also ready to pick up a sword again. So this is it. He'd like to know directly from you how you feel. I see. Well, it's a great honor that after so many years he still cares so much about an inexperienced and utterly lacking swordsman like me. And yeah, I'm afraid my answer is that I still have no intention of taking up a blade again. Can I ask you why? You certainly can, but I'm not sure how to put my answer. This has always been on my mind too. I've always wondered what would prompt someone so skilled with a sword that they even gained the title Divine Blade to leave it all behind. And I don't mean to make light of your skill with your staff or say it's inferior, nothing like that. It's just hard to wrap my head around why you did what you did, and there's a little part of me that can't accept it either. Especially now that you've returned to the army. Why can't you return to being a swordsman? Unless you believe that the staff is stronger than the sword after all. No, not at all. I just believe a staff to be a more fitting weapon for me as I am now. Staves are a symbol of protection, which are used more for keeping enemies at bay than cleaving through them. You say that as if all swords are good for is cutting and killing. That's not true. I fight because I want to protect things just like you. As a swordsman, as a bracer, and as myself. Are you telling me the swordsmanship Poppy taught me isn't gonna let me do that? Sorry, I didn't ask for you to take time out of your day so I can come and shout at you. But I can't accept what you're saying. Up until all of what happened here in the borough, I'd never felt any doubts that swordsmanship was the right path for me. In the end, all of what happened just served to remind me of how powerless I really am. And now I feel like no matter how hard I try, I'll always be a rookie. I'll never be strong enough to do what I want. Now I see. Perhaps this is fate. I see Master Kafai hasn't changed one bit. He's the same firecracker he always was. What do you mean? I'm afraid as I am now, I'm not able to answer the questions you're asking me. But I know someone else who can.